There are people who live their lives quietly, blending into the background, and then there are people who redefine what it means to be seen. Tally Sharp is one of those rare souls who didn't wait for the world to change its standards. She became the change herself. In a world obsessed with symmetry, filters, and impossible beauty ideals, Tally Sharp emerged as a powerful reminder that confidence, courage, and authenticity are the most captivating things a person can wear. Before we dive into her inspiring journey, take a second to join us here at Sweet Models World, where we tell the stories of the world's most inspiring models, women who are breaking stereotypes, rewriting beauty standards, and reminding us that true elegance begins with self-acceptance. If stories like this move you, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with someone who needs a spark of motivation today. Your support helps us continue celebrating the fearless women shaping the future of fashion. Tally Sharp was born on February 20th, 1995, in the United Kingdom, a place where her dreams were far bigger than her surroundings. Growing up, she wasn't the kind of girl who followed the crowd. She was curious, bold, and imaginative. Fashion was her playground. Even as a child, she found beauty in the details that others overlooked: the texture of fabrics, the way light played on color, the stories that clothes could tell. Her mother, a strong and resilient woman who raised her children alone, was the first to recognize Tally's spark. She encouraged her daughter to express herself, to never dim her light for anyone. It wasn't always easy. Like many girls, Tally faced moments of insecurity growing up, times when she felt like she didn't fit in, when her body didn't match the narrow images of beauty she saw on television and in magazines. But instead of letting that define her, she turned those insecurities into fuel. Tally's adolescence was a time of quiet transformation. While others chased trends, she chased confidence. Her mirror became her friend, not her enemy. She began to see herself differently, not through the lens of what she lacked, but through the power of what she had. Every curve, every line, every imperfection told a story. And one day, she made a decision that would change everything. She decided to love herself loudly. Her journey into modeling didn't begin with fame or big opportunities. It began with courage. With just a phone, a few outfits, and a heart full of dreams, she started posting pictures on Instagram. Photos that celebrated her shape, her style, and her unapologetic energy. What started as a form of self-expression quickly grew into a movement. The world took notice. Her followers grew by the thousands, and her content resonated deeply with people who saw in her something real, someone who wasn't pretending, someone who wasn't afraid to be seen. In a social media world built on illusion, Tally Sharp became a mirror reflecting authenticity. Her photos weren't about perfection. They were about power. They told the story of a woman who had made peace with herself and was now teaching others to do the same. Her poses spoke of confidence, her captions whispered courage, and her energy radiated through every frame. As her influence expanded, brands began to notice. Soon, she was working with major names like Fashion Nova Curve, ASOS, and Boohoo, among others. But for Tally, modeling was never just about wearing clothes. It was about representing a truth the world had ignored for far too long. That beauty is diverse, that strength comes in all sizes, and that confidence is the new couture. Behind the camera, though, Tally was still evolving. Fame didn't come easy. She had her share of critics, people who didn't understand her message, or who judged her for not fitting a traditional model's mold. But every piece of negativity only strengthened her resolve. For every voice that tried to tear her down, there were hundreds she lifted up. She wasn't just posing, she was paving a path for the girls who were told they were too big, too bold, too different to ever make it. Tally's story became their inspiration, her presence their proof that dreams don't have size limits. And what makes Tally truly extraordinary isn't just her success, it's her heart. She's used her platform not only to promote fashion, but to advocate for mental health awareness, self-love, and acceptance. She often opens up about her own struggles with confidence and how learning to love herself was a journey, not a destination. She reminds her audience that beauty without kindness is empty, and success without purpose is meaningless. In interviews, she speaks about how modeling taught her resilience. Every rejection she faced in the early days, every job she didn't get, prepared her for the moment when the world would finally be ready to listen. When it did, she was more than ready. Her social media today is a vibrant space filled with joy, authenticity, and inspiration. Whether she's sharing behind-the-scenes clips from photo shoots or candid moments from her day, there's one consistent message: you are enough, just as you are. Her audience loves her for her honesty. She doesn't shy away from showing her natural self. She talks openly about bloating, bad days, and body image, reminding her followers that perfection is an illusion. Through her transparency, she's built trust, and through that trust, she's built a community that feels seen. Tali often says her mission is bigger than modeling. It's about movement. A movement that empowers women to wear what they love, live how they choose, and exist without apology. She believes fashion should be fun, not fear-driven, expressive, not exclusive. The cinematic rise of Tali Sharp from an unknown dreamer in the UK to an international inspiration is nothing short of extraordinary. But what makes her story even more powerful is that she's done it all while staying true to herself. There's no manufactured persona, no hidden agenda, just a woman standing in her truth and shining because of it. Her style is bold yet elegant, modern yet timeless. She's known for her ability to pair confidence with vulnerability, showing that strength isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. Whether she's gracing a campaign or sharing a heartfelt message online, she carries herself with the quiet assurance of someone who knows her worth and wants others to know theirs too. And through it all, Tali never forgets where she came from. She still credits her mother's encouragement, her humble beginnings, and even her moments of doubt as the foundation for her strength. She often tells her fans that self-love is a practice, not a switch, that every day is an opportunity to choose yourself again. Her journey also mirrors the evolution of the fashion industry itself. Once an outsider, she is now at the center of a global shift toward inclusivity and representation. Her success is proof that the fashion world's future lies not in exclusivity, but in embracing the diversity of real people with real stories. Tali Sharp isn't just a model, she's a voice, a storyteller, a modern-day muse who represents the dreams of countless women who have been told to shrink themselves to fit in. Instead, she tells them to take up space, to live loudly, love deeply, and walk confidently into their truth. Her followers describe her not just as an influencer, but as a sister figure, a reminder that it's okay to have bad days, to feel unsure, to start over, to evolve. Through her words and her work, she's created a digital space that feels safe and empowering, a place where everyone belongs. As her career continues to blossom, Tali shows no signs of slowing down. She dreams of one day creating her own inclusive fashion line, where women of all sizes can find designs that make them feel bold and beautiful. She's also expressed interest in hosting workshops and online spaces where she can speak directly to young women about confidence, mental health, and self-expression. But perhaps the most cinematic part of Tali's story is that she's still writing it. Every post, every photo shoot, every conversation adds another frame to her journey, a journey that is as much about purpose as it is about passion. For Tali, success isn't about fame or fortune, it's about impact. It's about that one message from a follower who says, "Because of you, I started loving myself again." That's her reward. That's her legacy. And as her story continues to unfold, one thing remains clear. Tali Sharp didn't change herself to fit the world. She changed the world by being herself. She showed that being curvy isn't a limitation, it's a liberation. That beauty isn't about being smaller, it's about standing taller in your truth. Her journey is a love letter to every person who's ever felt unseen, every dreamer who's ever been told they weren't enough. Tally's life says the opposite. You are more than enough. You are art, you are magic, you are worthy. So, as we close this inspiring chapter on the life of Tally Sharp, let her story remind you that the path to greatness begins with self-acceptance. You don't have to wait for validation or permission. You just have to start where you are with what you have and with faith in who you are. And if this story moved you as much as it moved us, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Sweet Models World, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that beauty is not a size, it's a state of mind. Here at Sweet Models World, we continue to celebrate models who stand for strength, courage, and self-love. Women like Tally Sharp, who prove that the most powerful thing you can ever be is yourself. Because in the end, true beauty isn't found in perfection, it's found in purpose. This is Tally Sharp. This is confidence. This is Sweet Models World.